Hey, you found Click with Rona. Each episode of this podcast, I'm going to be interviewing people that inspire me, and I'm going to share their magic, their journey, and their success. The word click has a special meaning in my heart because it was my secret word that I chose with my grandma as a child. When we listen to these people, you're going to notice when it clicked for them. Sit back, grab your headphones, and just click with us. You're my first designer on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, I feel so special. We definitely like to push the limit a little bit and have something always that's a little bit unexpected or maybe not something you would see everywhere.
Pain points in design.
Oh man, I feel like complaining about pain points might be my love language. So there always is a little bit of, pivoting and being able to think on your feet.
Okay, I have been waiting for you to come on the podcast for a long time. So welcome, Ashley. Thank you so much for showing up today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited. So tell everybody, the audience, who you are. And I'm going to tell everybody, you're my first designer on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, I feel so special. My name's Ashley Clark. My design firm is Skout. Shop Skout on Instagram, and I have been in business for about 15 years, not doing full service interior design the whole time. We started in pillows and textiles and kind of have evolved to now we're doing full service interior design, which is so much fun. I have an awesome team, and we're based in Costa Mesa. Almost all of our projects are Newport Beach and Costa Mesa. We do dabble a little bit in out-of-state projects, Utah. We've done some Nashville. We've done some, obviously LA, which isn't out of state, but feels like a different world.
Right.
Than Orange
sure
County.
Does.
But yeah, local, and we love it. We feel so lucky to be doing what we're doing. And I've always loved you, Rona, and admire you. And gosh, this is so impressive. I'm blown away.
Thank you. Yeah. And you walked in, you kind of go, oh, this looks like you. And I'm like, I'm a psychopath.
It is so you. Like even your outfit and the paint colors, like your front door matches your outfit. Like you are, this is completely your space. I love it.
Thank you. It's evolved. It's been a fun process, and it keeps evolving. So we're kind of stepping into my brain here.
I love it.
But I've always admired you. First and foremost, you are a mom.
I'm a mom.
And we have kids at the same high school.
Yep.
And our boys are both, my son's going to be 18. Your son just turned 18, right? So Tell me a little bit about your family life. Because I want to talk about that aspect as well with your business and sharing the mompreneur and how you got started in design. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what's happening with. I'm so proud of you. So tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Sure. I have 4 kids. My oldest is 27. She just got married in May. She lives in Dallas now. She also went to Newport Harbor and then University of Washington. And now she's a grown-up.
Beautiful
so
wedding,
weird.
By the way.
Oh, thanks. It
Amazing.
was so fun. It was the best day of my life. It was so great.
I can only imagine what that feels like.
Oh my gosh. It was the best. And then I have 3 boys, a senior, a sophomore, and a freshman, all at Newport Harbor. They all play basketball. They all play football. I can't even talk about the fact that Cade's a senior and possibly going to college next year. I can't even think about it. Makes me just want to cry.
It's nuts, right? Ugh. I know. I feel you.
So sad and exciting, but
I know.
I'm mostly sad.
Yeah.
But great. I mean, I love it. My kids have kind of been through it all, like schlepping pillows, picking up fabric, buying things on Craigslist and reupholstering and, driving with me to pick
18,
weird things up.
So you said you started the company 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So pretty much since you have been a mom, essentially, for the 3 boys, you've had this business.
Yep.
And so they're in it.
They are in it.
Is anyone taking over the business eventually?
No, I keep talking to them about it.
Right?
Like, who
So
wants to? And they're like, we're not really interested in pillows. We're not really interested, which is fine. I want them to do their own thing and have their own journey. But they've definitely been a part and come to work late at night with me or pick things up. Or, I mean, you know how it goes. Yeah. It's just you're bringing things home. My car's always full of fabric or this or that and help me unload. And yeah, I mean, I love it. I love being a mom. It's my greatest accomplishment are my kids. And I love it.
So you started the business basically more as decorative accessories and pillows. So tell me that journey, because you have such a unique style. It's so fun. It's so unique. I see it. I'm like, that's Ashley. That's Skout.
Oh,
And
thanks.
it's really cool because it's kind of a mix of vintage yet playful, very creative. So obviously now you've designed homes and you're doing construction and building homes. So you've taken it from just the pillows, accessories, and shopping to way more into the interior design world of actual construction and development of homes and building, right?
Yeah, we're doing it all now. But yeah, definitely my passion was textiles, and I love flea markets.
Yeah.
I love vintage shopping. And it just started that way. Like I just kept going to flea markets and finding things and buying things, or even garage sales and Craigslist and all of the things. And people would come over to my house and, where did you get that? Could I get one? Could you find me one? And I started making pillows for my own house. Out of, just fun fabrics that I would find, whether they were vintage or new. So we kind of just I started just sewing pillows and then literally hitting up designers.
You literally sewed the pillows yourself? So you know how to sew?
I know how to sew.
Okay.
I mean, I was raised in Utah. I'm a former Mormon. Love the Mormons. But yeah, I mean, I grew up learning to sew and making things.
Sure.
So sewed my own pillows. They weren't great. And then I found someone on Craigslist to sew for me. And we made pillows. And I would literally fill my car and like hit up designers and locally and like trunk full of pillows. And people would buy them. It was so crazy.
You're like dealing pillows.
Yeah, I was a pillow dealer. And then we got a sales rep in LA and started selling to some local shops, which was so exciting to me to be, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that this store is carrying our pillows. I mean, it was so exciting. And then it just kind of evolved. Like, as people would come by or we would meet with, and they'd look at our fabrics and they'd be like, well, could you do this? Or could you make this?
Right.
And so we just started helping designers, I guess, with their needs. And then people just started asking, like, could you come to my office and do our office? That was actually our first project. A lady had bought a whole bunch of pillows from us for her house. She was a doctor and said, hey, we're redoing our waiting area. Could you do it? And I was like, well, I don't know how to do that, but for sure, I would love to try. If if you could be patient and, for sure, let's do it. So that was our first, and it just kind of evolved and from there.
So you have a really cool website where people can shop. Tell me about it.
Yeah, sure. It's shopskout.com, shopskout.com. And we have some fun, one-of-a-kind products, finds that we have that we either use for clients or sell online. We have some go-to things like cutting boards and books and some of our favorite items. And then we also have products that we've just developed on our own, some pieces of art and some pillows that are just custom to Skout. So yeah, check it out.
DM us and put the word Skout in, and we're going to send you a really cool code that you can get some inside discounts.
I love it.
Where did the name Skout come from?
So it came from, I never wanted it to be my name, mostly because I just feel like I knew I wanted to work with a team of great people. And at that point, I already had a gal sewing for me. And I just didn't want it to be all me, because it isn't all me. I have a great team of people that help and inspire me. And so I love scouting for good things and flea market finds and whatever that was. So we just decided to call it Skout.
I love that. I didn't know that. And it's very similar to kind of why I didn't name my company after me. Same thing.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now how far into this are you starting to get into the construction world? And because now your team you're so far beyond pillows. You have a shop here in Costa Mesa, and you have an online shop.
Yeah.
You have a really cool website.
Thanks.
And last year, was it last year or the year before, was on the home tour?
So last year, our home that we live in now was on home tour. And then our home that we lived in before that, also in Dover Shores, was on home tour 2 or 3 years before that. So 2 of my personal homes have been on home tour. And then a lot of our clients' homes have been on home tour, which is so fun.
How fun is that to have your own home?
Right.
Is it like a little bit personally invasive for you? For designers out there that
I actually prefer, because we've now had clients' homes on home tour, which is super fun. But that to me is you want to protect them a little bit and protect their family and their stuff. And I feel like with my own, it's a little more freeing to be like, here it is. Like, here, show it all. This is how we live. I have 4 kids. Like, so I like having my own home over my clients, just because my clients, I'm just so nervous. Like, what if someone says something mean and hurts their feelings? It doesn't hurt mine as much.
Right,
like,
right.
Why would they choose it? Why would you choose that pink color? It's like, stick it. I like that pink color. Like,
exactly, right.
But when it's a client, sometimes, they're like, oh, well, what do you think? If
people, okay, so for those of the people that are watching this or listening, in Newport Beach, California, this is a big thing. It raises money for the schools. There's a Corona Del Mar home tour, the CDM home tour. They're sponsored. So I'm trying to explain to people who are like, what is this home tour you're talking about? Because I don't think everywhere has this. We take it for granted because we live in a beautiful place that has multi-million-dollar homes. We live near the beach. And it's an opportunity for people to kind of looky-loo into people's homes. Totally. Let's be honest.
And look in their lives. Like, see how other people live.
Yeah. And so we sell tickets to this here.
Yes. It's smart.
It's smart. And it raises a lot of money. I think last year, both of our boys, your boys, my kids, they all go to Newport Harbor. We want to give back to our community. And this is a great way for us designers who are moms in the community to give back. It's a lot of work, right? It's so much work. You have to get your home ready. You have to have it look presentable. And then you have to have about 1,500 people parade through your home and have an insight into your life.
Totally.
It's like you're walking around in your underwear.
Ladies. Yeah. It is.
It's a sport.
It is a sport. They are like looking at everything, comparing everything.
Oh, they're checking to see if there's a wife in the home, if it's a bachelor.
Looking at the pictures. I mean, they're looking. They don't miss a beat, which is fun. And also, like, I remember after home tour, you get some DMs or messages or something that, like, something in my pantry and I was like, I don't even know what they're talking about. Some sort of supplement. And I was just like, how did you see that?
She's like, what supplement? Ashley, you look great.
Yeah,
what I saw in your pantry.
Yes.
You are on a supplement. What was that?
It's very, I mean, you really gotta, not hide, but put away the real life,
Well, it also is a little bit of stage. I mean, obviously, I'm sure your house is beautiful. I love it. It's so, if you haven't seen her house, it's on your website. Go check it out. It's so fun. My favorite room in the house, I'm sure a lot of people was up in the loft area, your office. That's so cool.
I know. My lucky husband that works from home gets to sit there every day.
That's cool. You have like a bird's nest where you're overlooking like control center.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of, talk us through, just the normal day for you. What is it? So designers that are watching, moms that are watching, that want to start a business, a little bit of background, you love to vintage shop. You love to go scout. I love that.
Yeah, so we're always scouting for stuff. So typical day for me, I mean, thankfully I have the most supportive husband. That is so helpful because I have 3 boys that, as anyone knows with boys, that they eat so much. So, and the laundry.
I love that you went straight there.
Because it's literally, I feel like my whole life, like starting at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. is like, what's for breakfast? What are we packing in their lunches? What's for after school dinner? And then the second dinner, and then the third dinner that they have at like 10 p.m.
Oh yeah, no, like 100. I didn't know about the third dinner at 10 p.m. That's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Yeah,
and it's not like just have a bowl of cereal or let me make you a quesadilla. It's like I want a full meal.
Oh yeah, my son the other night. Most phone calls now are just about food.
100%.
What are we eating? And everyone in my office knows. I'll put them on speakerphone. And it's kind of like a funny thing.
It's literally constant. The food is constant.
My son was cooking ground beef at 10 p.m. and
good for him. Bless him for cooking his own ground beef. See, I need to send my kids over for a little lesson on that because
I told him, why don't you go to culinary school? You're going to make a woman really happy and you're going to feed yourself the rest of your life.
Absolutely. That's a great call. I'm going to mention that to all 3 of my kids.
Right.
So anyway, it starts with that. Wake up, breakfast. Literally a dozen eggs between the 3 boys.
Do you have chickens? You should have chicken. You can't.
I can't.
You're in Newport.
Yeah.
Costa Mesa, you can.
Yeah, maybe I could. Yeah, that would be I'd be really fun to design a chicken coop. And then
hey, we do chicken coops.
Yes, we do chicken coops now. I leave for work. My husband works from home, but I leave. My office is in Costa Mesa, so I leave for work usually every day by 8:30, and then I'm in the office most of the day. I'm running around to different job sites. Thankfully, my job sites are mostly all in Newport.
I think it's great, right?
Yeah. I love being hands-on. I love going to see the job sites. I love visiting, see when the tile's going in.
Yeah.
And I like being there.
So do I. It's fun. I don't want to
remote. It's amazing that we can get photos and FaceTimes, and that's helpful too. But I do love going and visiting the project and walking it and feeling it and, seeing where the light comes in and out. And it's my favorite part.
Me too. Yeah.
So, and then I stay at work all day and I don't get home till 5 or 6, which usually I don't come home. I go to some sort of sporting event at school, and then pick up dinner, the second or third dinner, and then bring it home.
And then do you cook the third dinner
I
at
have
10?
to, I'm a terrible cook. We all have our talents. Cooking is not one of mine. But you have
a beautiful kitchen.
I have a beautiful kitchen.
Right?
My daughter works for Caraway Pans, and she got me some pans, which are lovely. But she was like, "Well, we got to film some content for Caraway."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, I got pancakes, I got grilled cheese sandwiches, and I got quesadillas. That's all I can do. Like, that's it. What do you want me to make?" And I did pancakes. But yeah, I make pancakes, scrambled eggs, grilled cheese sandwiches. It's very limited, but I do nail a grilled cheese. Pretty good.
My son would, I'm sending him over because it's like one of his favorite meals.
I really do. Except for now they're into protein.
Oh yeah, the protein. He's kind of shifted away from the grilled cheese a little bit.
Same.
It's now protein. Yes. That's why, hence the ground beef.
Yes, ground beef in the grilled cheese maybe. Maybe I could try that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fun. Okay, what are you working on right now as a designer, and what's your firm? I know something you're working on.
Yes, that one's, thanks to you, Rona, but we are working on a cottage at Lido House, which I'm so excited about. And I know you did one initially, first round. Was it
9 years ago?
9? I was going to say 5 years ago.
9. I think they just celebrated their 9th or 8th year.
Holy cow.
Time flies. No, my son grew up on that job site. So we're talking about the Lido House Hotel. And the original plan, we broke ground and 5 designers designed 5 cottages. It was such a successful project for the hotel, the autograph collection for Marriott, that Bob Olson decided to do 5 more cottages. So he bought the property from the fire department because the fire department built a new fire department down the street, bought that property, decided to use that and build 5 more cottages because people love the cottages. And the concept of the cottages is what?
It's so smart, the cottages, and it's so smart to use local designers to do them. I think it makes it just feel so much more, I don't know, curated and authentic. And you're coming to Newport Beach and you kind of get a feel for what it really feels like to be here. So we're doing one of those, which we are thrilled about. And our kind of look is, vintage, of course. We're trying to use all Newport Beach artists for our art.
Awesome.
All Newport Beach artisans. So really everything is kind of local, but it's kind of like vintage beach cottage is our vibe. And it's really fun. I think it's going to be done this summer, and it's moving fast. That's one of my favorite job sites, to just walk down and kind of feel what this is going to feel like. And it's really cool.
Yeah. What phase are you guys in right now?
Well, we're framed.
Okay.
We're just roughing and plumbing. So, but now I think, how it goes. It's slow, and then all of a sudden
hits.
It's so fast.
We need everything.
Yes, we need but so we're still ordering things and firming up some details, but plans and tile and plumbing and all that is underway, and
awesome.
Super exciting.
We actually are doing a revamp of our cottage. So I think while they're unveiling all of these cottages, obviously ours are time for kind of a little bit of a facelift. So we're actually working on that.
Oh, that's
hand
awesome.
in hand. So it's going to be I'm sure we're going to have a big celebration
to
unveil all the cottages.
I know. So we should all stay there for every.
Right? Did you hear that, Bob? We should all stay at the cottages.
Wouldn't that be fun if every designer got their cottage just for one night,
just
24
for one
hours,
night. Yeah.
And all the teams could come and be a big design.
You're going to see, for me, when I handed over the key to the cottage, because I was there till the last minute when they opened up for the first night. So I actually remember the first guest. She had stayed there for her birthday celebration.
That's awesome.
And it was because I felt like I was giving the keys to my home.
Your house, yeah.
Because it really became your home.
Yeah.
And they're so cool. They're beautifully designed. Obviously, they're beautifully like framed for like the perfect little miniature home.
Yeah.
They're not that big. They're like 1,600 square feet, 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
But they're great that designers locally, you get a flavor of the Newport designers. We've actually gotten a lot of work from those cottages.
I think it's such a genius concept to be able to show like I know yours for sure. When I walk in, I'm like, this is totally Rona. Like you can tell. And ours, I hope, is a really good reflection of Skout and who we are and what we like. I mean, obviously as designers, we can pivot and modify and based on our clients' wants and needs and lifestyle. But this one's fun because you get a kind of do what you love.
What you love. Okay, can you give us a little sneak peek of something that we can all look forward to? We'll look forward to when we see them.
Yeah.
What's something cool?
Well, one thing I'm really excited about ours is it's 2 bedrooms. So obviously one's primary and one's secondary. And in our secondary, we're shoving in some bunks. So our secondary is a true bunk room. Our secondary room can
none
sleep
of them
6,
have that.
and
That's
none of them have that.
awesome.
And we are, I think because I have a big family and whenever we travel, there's never like we're booking always 2 rooms that connect or it's hard to find that. So when I was immediately like, we got to get 4 kids in this room because I have 4. I don't know why, but
no, there are families that have,
and,
that's
so it'll be a fun. I'm excited about that.
That's so cool. I'm really glad because there are no bunks in any of those cottages. There's 2 beds and but that's a really smart move because that's going to attract all of those people that want that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That was inspired by Legoland Hotel. I'm sure you went there with your
I sure did.
10 years ago with our littles.
Something for everybody.
Something for every. I mean, nothing against Legoland Hotel. Ours is way better, but I'm just saying they have bunks.
They
have bunks
the
in their
Lido House
rooms.
Cottages over Legoland.
Yeah.
All right. I love it. This is fun. What else is going on in your life? What other projects you doing?
We just got a dream project for me. We get to do a house in Sundance, which that's where my daughter got married in May. And I'm from Utah, and that's just one of my very favorite places on earth. So we're really excited. And as you know, I mean, we both just got back from Vegas to the home show
market,
market. And everything I'm walking around, I'm seeing all these cool plaids and boucle, and I'm like, geez, I really need a mountain house,
right?
Because some of that just can't translate to where we live in Newport. And then we got this job in Sundance. So everything that in my brain, I'm like, that would be so great if we had a mountain house, but we don't really ever do mountain houses here in Newport. And we just got a really exciting project in Sundance.
Is it a connection from here?
It is a client an older client that we worked with here in Newport that has since moved a few times. And we're so excited about that.
That's amazing. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, and that's really, it's a testament to like manifesting what you want. I have gotten projects just by kind of putting together some mood boards and ideas or grabbing fabrics that I really say, I want to get this type of project. It's just interesting. You have such a specific look and I admire your look and I think it's really cool. And it's such a fun look. Like I walk through your house, I'm like, maybe I want my house to look like this.
Don't we all do that?
It's so hard. Yeah, it's difficult when you see, but one of the designer. So like, we'll take this little moment to talk to designers about, and I just got back from Vegas and I spoke on a panel about marketing yourself and not losing your soul. And everybody kind of has their own shtick. I mean, you obviously walk in here and this is my firm does a little bit different. We have, we're not necessarily one size fits all. It's everybody has a little bit different look. But I had a designer come up to me, and part of what I love to do and why I'm doing this podcast is just to inspire people. And I think your story is so inspiring as a mom, and you're here in Newport, you're doing such great things with your business. Hats off to you, because it's not easy.
Thanks.
It's not easy. Moms get, I don't think, enough credit, and we don't get enough credit. We're in a man's world, right?
Totally.
We're in a construction world. And, a designer asked me, hey, how do you get different types of projects? Like, do you ever do anything? Because if I only have the same look, what am I doing to get something else? Because I don't want to. And I told her this, and this is great advice for anybody who's wanting to kind of break out of their mold. And maybe I said, well, have you ever thought about making mood boards that are your ideal client, what you would like? And so she did that. She made like all these different mood boards and started marking them on her Instagram. She called me up in the beginning of the year. She's like, you're not going to believe this. I got 4 new leads totally
From the mood boards.
From the mood boards.
It's really smart.
And I'm like, yeah, because you're kind of putting it out there and you're showing people what you can do. And I realized this years ago when I was making idea books, and I thought they were private online on House. And people would call me because they saw the idea books that I was making.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. So
I think that's always such a challenge. And recently we have a client that we worked with out of state, and they also have a house here in Newport, and they're working with a very well-known architect in Newport. And I had shared with them that I'm working with him on another project. And what they said to me, it kind of threw me, that I was like, wow, I'm not doing a good job at marketing myself, that yes, we do super fun work. We love color. We are playful. We do a lot of kids spaces. And this architect that they're working with is a little more calm and a little more neutral, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. But I would say not colorful and not super playful. And the client said to me, like, wow, I can't believe you're working with him because you like color so much. And I don't think they meant that at all as a negative.
Sure.
But it made me really kind of reflect that, like, well, yeah, I can do neutral. I can do calmer. I don't always do kids spaces. We don't always do fun. We definitely like to push the limit a little bit and have something always that's a little bit unexpected, or maybe not something you would see everywhere, but it doesn't always have to be stripes and color,
right?
Even though I love that. And I just, in that moment, I was like, wow, I need to be so much better about showing that we aren't just stuck in this one little hole, I guess. Like we can do more. And even though we do have a brand and we have a look and we are more playful, and we call ourselves like livable luxury, we can definitely do other things. Now, with that said, I think that's also important to just a conversation with your client. Like we had 2 people reach out to us about like super duper modern new builds on Lido that were, I mean, I'm talking like glass and cement and very minimal. They said, we checked out your website. We love your work. And it was just a conversation of like, well, what did you love? Because the plans that you're showing me, and although I would love the opportunity to work on this project, is definitely not something that I've done before. And I'm not saying I can't do it.
Sure.
And I love to be pushed, and I would love to warm this up a tad. But I think that's a tough, like, it's important to have a look and have a brand, but you also, we now have a team of really talented designers that are capable of doing anything.
Well, I think that, you've established yourself, you have a brand, you have a look, yes, but you also have a team, you have a process, and you've been there for 15 years. So I think the message that needs to go out to people is when you have talented people and you have the process and you know the work, as designers, we are all creative.
Yeah.
And we're able to shift gears. So, someone recently said that, like, oh, I want this beige look. I'm like, we've done that. It's just, you just take the color out.
Yeah.
It's still the same. Your materials, your spec, and the concepts are there. You're catering it to the client of what they want. So when you have a reputable firm that knows what they're delivering and all the things, and you're checking all those boxes, yeah, it's a challenge to, like, yourself as a team, just do something different. It's fun, actually.
Yeah.
So I think homeowners need to understand, like, what they're hiring a designer for is not necessarily, what they've always done.
Right.
That's how designers grow. And they're given the opportunity to kind of showcase.
Right. And design evolves. I mean, something we did 5 years ago, I mean, we get that all the time. They're like, I saw this house that you did 5 years ago. And we're kind of like, well, we loved that house and it's amazing. And there's so many parts of it that we wouldn't change 1 ounce of it, but let's put a new spin on that. Like, let's update that. Let's level it up a little bit because we've been there, done that. Like, let's evolve a little.
Yeah. What do you see for you? Like, you just got back from market. What trends have you seen? Or, that's a big thing right now. What are you seeing? I think it's going a little bit more in the direction of vintage right now. It's becoming more the thing. And you and I both obviously love. I think that's where we started.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was in Round Top, Texas, literally the day before I went to Vegas. So I went to the winter show there. Friday and Saturday, or Thursday and Friday, and then went to Vegas on Saturday. So, and even Round Top is crazy how much busier it's getting and more picked over, and how many
It's
people are
interesting
going.
how like
and
mainstream vintage shopping and antique shopping's becoming. It's like now a cool thing to do.
Yes, and expensive. Like,
yeah, it used to be not so much, and now people are seeing the value in repurposing.
Well, and also like if you really want something that's truly one of a kind, you know, I think for a while it was like, oh, you could find that vintage and it's going to be half the price, and now it's like it's actually double the price, because guess what? There's only one.
Yes.
Like you can't recreate that look. Although a lot of vendors in Vegas are trying, you just can't. You can't get that patina. You can't get those special hardwares and the nooks and crannies, and you know the special parts of vintage,
the interesting parts. And those are the things, well, I like to say, like for us, we infuse soul into projects, and I think you do that as well, because you're not going to walk into one of your houses and see, you know, that baseball mitt that you can, it's not from, you know, Dick's Sporting Goods,
right?
Your baseball mitts are probably found in an attic that were brought out and sold at Round Top,
right?
And you do such cool like art and accessories and styling and gallery walls. So I think it's so cool. But those are the things that like create a stamp on your projects and create like this one of a kind look that you're not going to recreate.
Right.
Because you're not pulling from your vat of, I have 7 on the shelves.
Right. Well, and I love that. I mean, that's truly what you said, is like infusing soul into a project is the most important, because walking into a beautiful space is, as much as I love seeing a beautiful space, it's kind of the worst when you're like, well, who did you work with? Because it could have been anyone.
Yes.
And truthfully, anyone could live in that beautiful home. It is stunning and beautiful, but it doesn't say anything about the homeowner and their family, or what they like, or where they've traveled, or what's important to them. And that's something that we try to do as well, is
right.
Really personalize and, of course, make it beautiful, but make it beautiful for them. I think perfect is so boring, and I mean that across the board. Perfect people, perfect bodies. I mean,
yes.
maybe I would want a perfect body, maybe. But perfect, the people who eat perfectly and not one carb and no dessert and anything perfect for me is just, it's too much. So I love going in and being
knew
like,
I loved you for a
let's
reason.
tweak this just one little thing to mess it up.
No,
is going to make it better.
I agree. And I think that's like kind of why I gravitated always to you. I really kind of digged you. I'm like, there's something about her that I relate to. And for me, like even jewelry, I like things that look like hammered or handmade, artisanal. Is that the word? Did I pronounce it right?
I think it's right.
Yeah, I don't know. But I like things that are imperfect, because nothing's really perfect.
Nothing. And if it is, it's just, ugh. Like, I don't want.
Yeah, it looks manufactured.
Yes.
I don't like things that look manufactured.
Agreed.
So, all right, so let's talk pain points in design.
Oh, man. I feel like complaining about pain points might be my love language. Do you want to start down this path? I mean, I feel like finally after 15 years, our process and our systems, that has always been a real challenge for me. Mm-hmm. I'm more of a creative person, and I like to feel things and stand in the space, and that doesn't feel right, and let's move it. And the hardest part for me has been like, well, we need to decide where that wall's going to go before it goes in. So I feel like I have a great team that's really helped firm up our systems and processes, and, communicating with clients and expectations and payments and all warehousing and all of those things has always been the business side,
which is
tough.
The difficult part. I talk to people all the time. I kind of love the business side of design, and I've talked to designers and we've talked over the years, and I think designers in general really need to basically get their shit together when it comes to processes and run a business. If you're doing this as a business, you need to set it up as a business.
100%. It took me way too long to learn that, and learn it the hard way, quite frankly. But that is so important and not my strength. And thankfully, I was able to hire someone who that is their strength. That's their superpower. And we're finally getting there with that. Now, with that said, it is such an imperfect industry that we work in, even with the most talented architect and the most amazing contractor. Mm-hmm. Something goes wrong every time. Something unexpected. So there always is a little bit of, pivoting and being able to think on your feet and and make those changes. Not every change, but deal with some things as you go.
Right.
Because no matter how much preparing and planning you do, there always is something that goes wrong.
Oh, that's the biggest thing. I think I tell, the younger designers in their early in their career, just plan for problem solving, because so much of what designers do is problem solving. What would you tell your younger self right now starting this business?
Oh man. I mean, yeah, problem solving for sure. But also I think for me, for years, I thought everybody could do what we do. Like I thought everybody's brain could walk into a room and see and be like, why is that there? That should not be there. That window's too small. Like, and I thought everyone thought that. Yeah. And I now realize not everyone thinks like that. And what we do is important work. In fact, I had a client over the holidays. I bumped into an old client and she shared with me something. She's like, it's pretty and it's fun and I get the shopping and that part's so great. She's like, but recently, one of her parents had been sick and we remodeled like a small bathroom. But she was like, I was so grateful that I didn't have to worry about any of that. And I was able to focus on my mom and her illness and what was happening there, and also take care of my kids and our needs. And I knew that was going to be beautiful. It was going to be seamless. You were handling it. And now it's Christmas and we're enjoying it and everything's put back together. And it actually was like, it is important work. Cause sometimes there are days that I'm like, all we're doing is picking out fabric and tassel for pillows. Like, this is my legacy. This is what I'm leaving, but it's not. We're doing important work and we're creating spaces for people that are creating lifelong memories and having their families, and kids are coming home from college and can't wait to go in their old room that we designed, obviously with the help of our client, but it's important work.
I couldn't agree more, because you're actually providing a service. They're taking it off of people's hands. And that's some of the things that make me so happy to hear that we can do this for people.
Yeah.
Because if they could do it on their own, they would, or they don't want to, or they don't have the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. And I see it differently now. Like even I laugh in the office all the time. I'm like, I want to hire a Skout. I want that at my house. Like I want someone to come in and do what we do.
Wait, didn't you do that for?
I know, but even like the day to day when a client emails and they're like, oh, my my washer and dryer broke, and we bought it from you. You guys helped us with that a couple of years ago. Can you please connect? And no problem. Like we pull it up, we contact the vendor.
Absolutely,
send the
it's
information.
Like a personal concierge for your home.
And I'm like, I want that at my house, because it's what's the saying of like the cobbler's shoe, or I don't know the saying, but whatever it is
we all know it's
my house is a mess.
Oh, people
my
ask
things
all
are
the time.
broken, and I'm like, I need to hire Skout to get in here.
Yeah,
and
that personal
take over.
Concierge to get the house all in order. There's so many things.
Yeah.
One of the questions that I always ask everyone, and sometimes it happens, was there a moment in time when it just clicked for you, that you knew that this was the right thing? Is there any regrets, or is there a moment that you knew that this was your path, that you were doing the right thing?
Geez, that's a tough question. I think there's been a lot of moments along the way, and a lot of little things over the years, but and most of mine honestly have come in the last 5 years. I think that I got so lucky kind of stumbling into this business by accident, and then I didn't go to design school, so I didn't have that background, and I really did learn a lot the hard way in my own remodels of my own homes and building. I built 2 of my own homes, remodeled a million others, but I learned a lot of lessons, and to be able to share that knowledge is special. And I feel like even with the younger designers that are amazing and so talented and so good at CAD and AI and all these renderings, that I'm blown away at technology, but the truth of being able to kind of live it and learn it, and school of hard knocks and learning it the hard way, and dealing with contractors and like, oh, I used that grout once and it actually ruined. Can you try this grout instead? Or we used this paint, but it bubbled up. Can we try this finish? And I don't know. I guess recently I've been to a couple workshops I love learning and trying to improve. But I definitely have had moments of like, I'm doing the right thing. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And that moment I had recently with that client that came up to me at a restaurant and shared that with me. I was like, wow, like this is really important what we're doing. And I'm so grateful. So I would say in the last 5 years is for the first time, I'm like, okay, like I'm meant to do this.
Yeah. At first you probably thought, is this really, something that's adding so much value to the world? Because I think as like just women in general and moms in general, like you handle so much, and your first priority is probably your kids, because there's a through body thing that you said throughout this entire talk. I mean, even your designs, they're fun, they're playful, they're family centric. So I know that just from a little bit of knowing you, that's obviously a big part, and you're probably bringing that back to people and giving that gift of time.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, I know that. I hope so. Yeah.
I think so.
Thanks.
I'm excited to see everything you're doing. So anything new on the horizon coming up?
We do have a lot of fun projects. We have a couple of new builds. I'm actually partnering with another designer, which I've never done before, on a couple of projects, and it's actually kind of been a really fun experience. It's a little bit different as far as like, how do we bill? And quite frankly, I think our clients are getting the best deal ever because we just bill for one of us. But it's been really fun to kind of collaborate with a different designer. Even though I have an amazing design team, it's kind of fun to collaborate with an outsider.
Yes.
And it's been a kind of a refreshing experience. And I think maybe just doing this for so long to have this kind of new opportunity and working with someone completely separate. They're not on my payroll.
Explain how that works. How are you, why is there partnership, or why is there collaboration?
So I have a really good friend that I've been friends with for 20 years. That's also a designer, because in Newport Beach, everyone's a designer. And she's super talented, has done amazing projects. Same thing. Her kids are getting older. And she's like, I don't know that I want to take on because do a new build is
it's a lot.
2 years. It's 9 million decisions. It is a long process. And I think she just was like, I'd love some help on this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do this by myself. I don't want to hire someone. Would you be willing to collaborate? She was traveling a lot to Northern California, and I'm here on the ground. So let's figure this out. And we did one, and when she was traveling a lot, now she's back more, but we were like, this is actually fun. Like it just, when we get together and we get to finally talk about like, did you see this in Vegas? And what did you think of this? And do you like, that's our passion. So to be able to enjoy that and kind of bring in two different perspectives. Her design style is a lot more neutral than mine. And it's actually been such a cool, like, wow, I love that. Yes, let's do that. And what if we bring this in too? And I think it's, I don't know, it's just been so much fun to have that. I love working with my team too and having our own projects, but that's something that I've really enjoyed lately.
That's really cool. It's probably giving you a different perspective.
Yeah, totally. It also is like super validating too, that I'm like, geez, we're doing it all wrong. There could be a more efficient way, or we should try to this rendering company, or we should try to show, and every other, Rona, because I call you all the time, like, how are you doing this? And how are you doing this? And every single designer friend that I have, we're all doing it differently.
Yeah.
And there is no industry standard, which is a little frustrating. But we're all learning and figuring it out. And it is a little like reinforcement of like, well, gosh, we really are doing it right. We're doing it different than someone else, but we're doing it right for us. And that's the fun part of our world, but also it would be so much easier if it was like a handbook of like, here's design 101, here's the program to use, here's how to bill.
Well, there's so many different options. There's so many different programs. There's so many things. So I think the parameters of just the deliverables of what designers give should be the same. So people understand those parameters are the same. So you're comparing apples to apples too, because
100%.
And that is an issue with our industry. We as a design industry need to kind of stand together, because as an architect, they know here's the deliverables you get structural, you get the plans. Designers too need to all be on the same page with the level of detail that you're giving. Are you giving interior elevations? Are you giving all the specifications, the schedules? There's so many things that we can go on and on forever about.
I know,
this.
but
So
that would
there'll
be like so helpful if there was some standard. Now, of course,
let's
you could
get
go
together. Let's have it
and be like, this is what everyone should be doing.
Yes. Mood boards,
Yes.
drawings with details, call outs,
Yes.
elevations, schedules, specifications, the giant book of the 9 million decisions that have to happen. Like everything you give it.
Yes. Because then a client is actually selecting to work with you based on your work and quite frankly, like your relationship.
Relationships.
As that's how the decision should be made,
Right.
in my opinion.
Yes.
Not on, hey, we interviewed this design firm and they're $20 less an hour.
Yeah.
Which,
why is that?
But
Yeah.
it's like, well, are they giving you this? Are they doing this? And it's, you're like you said, apples to apples, and it's a really tough industry because there isn't a standard.
So we'll leave this for leave that for another day, but we'll actually ask people to give some comments. Let's make this a topic of conversation. So
It's a
when
good
people
one.
are watching the Instagram on this, let's like chime in. Let's get a conversation going, because I think, and I used to try to do that designer roundtables to kind of elevate our profession. But I think we all are in this together doing such great work. We are passionate people. We're business people. We're moms. Some of us are just starting our careers. Some of us are in the middle. Some of us are, on the way out. There's all different versions, but I think we're all here to support, and I'm here to support you.
Oh, thanks, Rona.
Thank you for coming today.
I always
on my
admire
podcast.
how you are so involved in our industry and do support and I can't believe how many industry events you go to. And I just feel like I see you everywhere. And I mean, I love your space. You're killing it.
fun,
I admire
right?
you so much.
Thank you so much. And thank you for being on today.
Yeah,
'cause
thanks
it's
for having
really
me.
good.
This was
Thanks
so
for
fun.
chatting. I know.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going.
Okay.
All right. So you have a really cool website where people can shop. Tell me about it.
Yeah, sure. It's shopskout.com, shopskout.com. And we have some fun, one-of-a-kind products, finds that we have that we either use for clients or sell online. We have some go-to things like cutting boards and books and some of our favorite items. And then we also have products that we've just developed on our own, some pieces of art and some pillows that are just custom to Skout. So check it out.
People can get the Skout look without actually having to hire you, so they're not local. This is a great way to get a little bit of your aesthetic. Where else can we find you? So tell everybody in the audience, we're going to find you on Instagram. Where?
Instagram, we're ShopSkout, ShopSkout. And then, of course, our website again, shopskout.com.
All right, great. So DM us and put the word Skout in, and we're going to send you a really cool code that you can get some inside discounts.
I love it.